The gold cloths are the most powerful artifacts that can be used by the knights of Athena's army. We know that our protagonists are simple bronze saints, but they have already had the privilege of using the gold cloths at certain moments. But now that the Heavens Saga is about to begin, we have the possibility of seeing our beloved protagonists officially and definitively taking on their respective gold armors. Hello, Knights and Amazons. Welcome to the Sempre Quiz Saber channel. I'm Wes, and today we're going to talk about how Ikki the Phoenix and Shiryu the Dragon will take on their respective gold cloths in the Zeus Saga. Let's analyze why Ikki of Leo and Shiryu of Libra are not just temporary substitutes for the Gold Saints, but rather the definitive successors recognized by their predecessors and by the different timelines that make up Masami Kurumada's multiverse. So go ahead and comment where you're watching from. In this video, I want to know which region has the most fans of Saint Seiya. And of course, click like, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and let's get into this awesome video. To understand why Shiryu and Ikki hold this position, we first need to understand what a gold cloth is. Created in the mythological era by order of Athena, these 12 armors represent the peak of the sanctuary's hierarchy. Their true power lies in the memory of past generations and in the resonance with the cosmos of those who use them. In the universe of Saint Seiya, the armors have a life of their own. They choose their owners. When Dragon Shiryu and Phoenix Ikki touch the Libra and Leo cloths, it is a recognition from the armor itself. The transition happens because both have reached the seventh sense, total mastery over the essence of the cosmos. And more than that, they proved that their moral virtues are aligned with the constellations that rule the gold zodiac. Let's start with the dragon, who became the representative of Libra. Shiryu has always been the character who carried the burden of responsibility and sacrifice. Trained in the 5 peaks of Rozan in China, he had as his master none other than Dohko, the gold saint who survived the last holy war of the 18th century. The relationship between Shiryu and the Libra armor is one of the oldest and deepest in the series. Remember that the Libra armor is unique. It contains 12 golden weapons which can only be used with the permission of the goddess Athena or the Libra saint himself. Shiryu didn't just inherit the armor, he inherited the role of judge of the sanctuary. In the official manga, we have the Next Dimension Saga, which is a direct continuation of the Hades Saga, written by Masami Kurumada. We see the decisive moment. Shiryu travels through time to the 18th century to help Athena. There, he meets the young Dohko of Libra, the man who would become his master in the future. The scene is emotional and technically crucial. Dohko, while fighting Shiryu, realizes that the young man carries the dragon tattoo on his back, but that this mark is destined to merge with the power of the dragon god, becoming the dragon gem. Dohko's recognition is the franchise's official seal of approval. He admits that Shiryu is his rightful successor, someone who has the calm needed to judge the use of the golden weapons and the fury necessary to protect justice. Dohko of Libra, also known as the Old Master, lived for 261 years thanks to the Misopetha Menos technique, which allowed his heart to beat only 100,000 times a year, the equivalent of 1 day for an ordinary human being. When Shiryu takes the position, he is not just wearing the golden armor, he is taking on the role of guardian of the wisdom that Dohko preserved for centuries. Many fans have divided opinions about Saint Seiya and Omega, but we can't deny how amazing it was to finally see Shiryu established as the Libra Gold Saint. At this stage, he is already a master, father of Yuhu, and exudes an aura of authority that only the greatest gold saints possess. He uses classic techniques like the Dragon's Fury and the 100 Dragons' Fury, with a mastery that surpasses even what he showed in his youth. In Omega, the transition is complete. He is the knight who balances Athena's new army. Now let's talk about the man who walks alone between hell and earth, and who, as Phoenix, has always been the outlier. While the other bronze saints work as a team and only emerge from the shadows when the situation is desperate, this solitary and fierce nature is what intrinsically connects him to the Leo constellation. Historically, the Leo saint is the golden lion who protects the 5th house. In the 20th century, this position was held by Eoria of Leo, a warrior known for his drive and for his light speed attacks, such as lightning plasma. But if we look at it technically, Ikki's personality is an evolution of the lion archetype. The definitive proof of Ikki's succession happens in his encounter with Kaiser, the Leo gold saint of the 18th century and next dimension. Kaiser is a relentless warrior, accompanied by his giant lion, Goldie. When Ikki arrives at the fifth house, he is not welcomed with open arms. Kaiser tests him with brutal violence. However, during the fight, Kaiser notices something extraordinary. He notices that the phoenix cloth, though bronze, has a regenerative ability that even the gold cloths don't have. More than that, he recognizes in Ikki's gaze the legacy of the Leo sign. Kaiser categorically states that Ikki is the next in the lineage, the rightful successor of the Leo constellation. It's a moment to give you chills. The recognition from a warrior of the past to the warrior of the future. Unlike Ayoria, who was very loyal to the sanctuary, Ikki brings a layer of unpredictability to the position of Leo. He doesn't follow orders. He follows his own sense of justice. And that's exactly what the sanctuary needs in times of darkness. If you think the succession is limited to the classic manga, you need to check out the works of Mega Mokata. In Saint Seiya, Episode G Assassin, we are introduced to an alternate future, where the Bronze Saints are already adults, and they have permanently taken on the gold cloths. In this work, Shiryu of Libra appears with a divine presence. Ikki of Leo, on the other hand, is portrayed as an almost legendary warrior, whose phoenix flames have merged with the golden radiance of the lion, creating an unprecedented destructive power. The author Okada explores the technical essence, the idea that the AB Phoenix attack can be amplified by the gold Cosmo, becoming something capable of incinerating deities. In these stories, the transition is not just a change of armor, but an evolution of the saint himself. They are no longer just soldiers. They are the pillars that sustain the existence of multiple universes. We are just a few weeks away from the premiere of new official content, bringing the beginning of the Heaven Saga. And this will be the last saga of Saint Seiya, where our protagonist will face Zeus and the gods of Olympus. The great theory that circulates among the scholars of the sanctuary is that the final battle against the gods of Olympus will require the transition from Bronze Saint to Gold Saint to be made official once and for all in the main canon. With the conclusion of Kurumada's manga, it is expected that Athena, in her divine form, will bless this new generation of Gold Saints. The theory suggests that in the Heaven Saga, the concept of Bronze Saints will cease to exist for this group. They will become the new Gold Saints, surpassing even the power of the original Gold Saints, because they carry something the former ones didn't have: the experience of having challenged and defeated gods like Poseidon and Hades, using only bronze cloths. To wrap up our video, we need to talk about what this means for us. Seeing Ikki and Shiryu as Gold Saints is the conclusion of a journey of growth. Shiryu started out as an impulsive young man. He almost died trying to reverse the flow of the Rozan waterfall. He was blinded multiple times. He sacrificed himself in the fight against Capricorn Shura, and he learned the value of humility. He became the Libra Saint. It's a recognition that balance comes through suffering. Ikki started out as an antagonist, consumed by the hatred of Death Queen Island. He had to die several times to understand that his strength didn't come from hatred, but from protecting his brother Shun and his friends. He became the Leo Saint. It's proof that even the most untamable beast can find a noble purpose. They are the ultimate successors because they fill the gaps left by their predecessors. Ikki of Leo and Shiryu of Libra. They represent the future of Saint Seiya, whether in the classic manga or in the official sequels. Okada's parallel universes, or in the new stories that are yet to come. One thing is certain, the brilliance of gold has never been in such worthy hands. And what do you think about all this? Do you believe that Ikki and Shiryu have already surpassed their masters and predecessors? How do you think they'll be involved in the new Heaven Saga that's about to begin? Leave your opinions in the comments. And of course, thank you for watching this video until the end. See you next time. Burn your Cosmo to infinity.